What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video. Today we're covering Crime Syndicate number 1, written by Andy Skimman, drawn by Kieran McNowan. There's some really cool twists and turns throughout this comic, and yeah, if you guys are ready, let's dive into this issue. We begin on Earth 3, November 22nd, 1963 in Dallas, Texas. Everyone lines up in the streets demanding justice for Cuba. They watch John F. Kennedy drive by. He waves his hand and smiles at the crowd. But then a Kryptonian boy comes down and uses heat vision to disintegrate JFK. In front of everyone, Kennedy's wife starts to cry, but the people in the crowd rejoice. They are finally freed from the great man's grip. They could rest easy now, because from that day forward, Ultraman will be watching. Now guys, keep in mind that this narration is coming from Ultraman himself. Now we fast forward to present day 2021. Two men talk about how everything has gone wrong this year. They wish 2020 came back, because it was such a great year. They both read a newspaper that asks the question, is Ultraman losing his grip? Ultraman flies by and burns the newspaper to dust. He then flies off and everyone notices that he's not happy. We go to the Daily Planets. Jimmy Olsen walks around nervous. Cat Grant, his boss, asks him, Jimbo, what is on your mind? Jimmy Olsen is worried that the recent newspaper can get them in trouble with Ultraman. That's when Ultraman slams a truck into the Daily Planets. Jimmy Olsen goes to hide. Cat Grant confronts him face to face. Cat shouts, you think everyone is afraid of you? Maybe some are, but they do not know you like I do, Ultraman. Ultraman gets his heat vision ready and responds, you do not know me. I am more than you can comprehend. Cat Grant then says, you can kill me, but the good people of Metropolis will rise against you. If not me, then Alexander Luthor. Ultraman then says, Luthor? Metropolis would never choose a bald weakling over me. Metropolis is nothing without me. Cat shouts, Metropolis is nothing because of you, Clark. Ultraman then states, you are free because I allow it, so you will respect me. You run more fake news about me, I'll kill your entire staff, even the janitors. Ultraman then hears something from afar. He says to Cats, you hear that? Oh wait, how could you? You're only human. But then again, isn't that the point? Oh, and one last thing, Miss Grant. Do not ever call me Clark again. Ultraman flies off. We switch to Washington, D.C. Superwoman laughs as she has President Queen tied up by the lasso of truth. Some agents try to stop Superwoman, but President Oliver Queen tells them to stand down. That is when we hear a rumble. Everyone in the room thinks it's a big earthquake. Superwoman thinks it's something bigger. We go to Coast City. A cop begins to be a kid who has committed thefts. John Stewart shows up and catches both in his constructs. He says, by the power vested in me by the overlords of Oa, you are hereby convicted. John Stewart drops the cop and kid to their death. They splat on the concrete. John Stewart flies away. He has more important things to deal with. We go to Central City. Atomica and Quick go through the city at a fast pace. They are then flung into multiple cars by an invasion. The Starros have arrived. A huge Starro releases an army of Starros upon the world. Quick is then hit by a Starro while Atomica barely gets away. The Crime Syndicate work on their own to fight back and save themselves from being controlled. Now, Ultraman tries his best to destroy the Starros, but he is then hit into Metropolis. He crashes into the streets. When he gets up, he has a Starro attached to his chest. The Starro tries to control his mind, but Ultraman tries to fight back. He is unable to. He slowly gets controlled, but he does not want Metropolis to be controlled by anyone other than him. So he begins to burn the city into a fire. A bunch of Metropolis citizens are burnt to a crisp. Ultraman then says, Metropolis is mine, or nobody's. Starro then says in Ultraman's mind, there is no you. You are us. You are Starro. We go to Gotham City. A criminal points a gun at an innocent man. Owlman shows up and slams the criminal to the ground. The innocent man is happy to see Owlman. He did not believe him to be real. Owlman then tells the man to spread the word that the Talons stalk Gotham City. Owlman then says, "Tell them the owl is a bird of prey." Owlman then snaps the criminal's neck. The innocent man then takes a picture of Owlman and decides to upload it on social media. Owlman grits his teeth, saying, "You should not have done that. I want fable and folklore, not facts." That is when Alfred shows up and shoots the innocent man in the back, killing him. Alfred says, "Always clean up your messes, huh, Master Thomas?" Owlman then tells Alfred he had it covered. Owlman then tells Alfred of the reports that invasion has been hitting Metropolis, New York, Central City, and more major cities. Owlman then tells Alfred to tell the Talons to lock Gotham down. Owlman and Alfred prepare for an attack. Owlman believes that everything has a reason. He intends to find that reason and exploit it. And that's how we end Crime Syndicate #1. So that was the first issue of the Crime Syndicate. I was not overly impressed by it, but I'm still intrigued. I always like when Starro attacks, and especially now that Starro is attacking the Crime Syndicate, that's very new and super cool. But I feel like there needs to be a little more depth in this main plot of this entire series. There are high stakes and great characters for sure, but not much else. Okay, I'll say one thing. The revamped origin story of Ultraman at the beginning with JFK and America in 1963, I think. Yeah, it was 1963, was really cool. It was a great beginning. It got me excited for the issue. And I will say that Andy Skimmett really knows how to write the Crime Syndicate. Every character, Ultraman was awesome in this issue. Owlman at the end, his entrance was phenomenal. And his dialogue with Alfred easily was the best dialogue in the issue. So I know that Andy Skimmett knows how to write the characters. But the overall story is not really hyping me up yet. I'm hooked. I'm gonna keep reading the series. But I hope in upcoming issues it gets more crazy, it gets more awesome, or at least more intriguing. Alright? It has the potential to be amazing. Just it's not there yet. Now for the artwork by Kieran McNowan, it was fine, but it was off at certain points. It fit the tone, but I'm just not really into the style, alright? If that makes sense. I'm not really into the style, but it's not bad artwork. But yeah, guys, overall, this issue was a solid start to the series, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I recommend it. Check it out, guys, especially if you're a fan of the Crime Syndicate. But you guys, some of your thoughts on this issue down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And if you liked the video, give a big thumbs up on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on the next Crime Syndicate video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.